What is up everyone? Welcome to this tutorial on how to draw a fox for beginner artists. Let's head over to the website and grab the free worksheet. Print it out if you're working traditionally, or pull it into whatever software you are using if you are working digitally. If you're working traditionally, make sure you use some sort of pencil and eraser. Do not use pen because erasing is a huge part of the learning process. So starting on page 1, we're going to begin with drawing the head. So we're going to break the head down into its basic components. So first you start off with a box. Then you add 2 triangles to the sides and then a smaller triangle at the bottom. It kind of has like this diamond-esque shape. That's kind of the shape we're going for. So copy from the examples that you see. So first we break it down into its basic shapes, and then beneath that we draw the face, add the eyes and the nose. So the eyes are 2 dots and the nose is a small triangle, and you can fill it in. As you copy from the examples, pay attention to how these shapes are constructed. Once you've done this page, you don't need to follow these steps, right? You don't always have to draw the box and then the triangles. You can just jump into the shape once you're comfortable with it. But we want to start off this way to simplify it as much as possible, because I know if you're new to drawing, it can be very hard to copy complex shapes right off the bat. So developing our understanding with these easy exercises is a great way to learn how to draw these things from memory. So copy from the examples, take your time, erase mistakes. If you make mistakes, that's completely fine. That's completely normal. Erasing is part of the process. So copy from the example, take your time, erase as much as you need to, and then once you're done this page, let's move on to the next page. On page number 2, we're going to add in the ears, and the ears are made up of a box and a triangle at the top. And this shape is tilted at an angle because the ears go onto the sides of the head, and since the head is at an angle, right, because we added those triangles to the sides, those ears are going to come off the sides and they're going to come out at an angle. So copy from the examples, we have the first 2 examples, we have the box and the triangle broken down into simple shapes, and then we have the full heads for the rest of the practice sheet. So make sure to take it slowly. I know we're diving into this and going fairly quickly, but it's to help you understand quickly. If we don't challenge you a little bit, then it'll get too boring. So try your best, take your time with this. When you draw the head examples with the ears, start with the head, don't start with the ears. So you want to start with the head first and then build the ears off that. So draw the head first, put in the face, and then add the ears. Following this process makes it much easier to construct the head, and then after we're done this, we'll add the body. So we want to follow these steps, starting with the head, then the ears, and then the body. So that's why we're learning it in this order, so that it makes it easier to draw. So start with the head, then add the ears, and then once you're done this page, let's move on to the next page. Now on to page number 3, we're going to add in the body and the tail. And one of the challenges of drawing the body and the legs is that the body doesn't have one specific shape. The shape changes very drastically depending on the pose, so we can't make any generalizations. That's why we're just going to go slowly between each pose. We're just going to copy from examples instead of trying to simplify that down. But some of the details that we want to add is we want to add an inner ear line. So within the ear, at the top of this page, you'll see that there's this ear shape that we've been drawing, but we can also add this line that's towards the center of the face that helps add that like little bit of detail. And the tail is made up of a box and a triangle, kind of like the ears, except this triangle, the center point is more towards the middle of that box. So you can see that at the top of this page. I've explained that. Like, you can see it visually. It's a little bit more easy to see it visually than trying to explain it through words. And then we also want to add the legs, which are basically cylinders, or like you can think of them almost like popsicle sticks. That's what I think about, because they kind of have the same shape. So let's copy from the example. So the example on the left side, you can see that it's this fox that's kind of sitting upright. So the first example is just the 2 basic shapes. So you have that diamond-esque shape for the head, and then this body form that's kind of like a box that's kind of curved and like has more width towards the bottom, and it comes up a little bit smaller. And then we add the ears and the legs, and then you can follow these steps. And I know these drawings are a little bit small, so make sure that you have a sharp pencil if you're working traditionally. This is like the best I could do to make sure that we learn as much per page. If I made them too big, then we'd just be wasting paper. So make sure you have a sharp pencil when you practice this. And erase loss, right? This is very simple, but it's hard to copy from examples. You can see, like, even on the video as I'm doing this, I struggle with copying from examples. So it's not something that's going to come easy, but as long as you take the time and do it slowly, you will learn. And then on the example on the right side, we have like the standing fox. So the diamond shape stays the same, but the body shape is more long now, but it still has like a box-esque shape. And then we add the 4 legs and the face and the details to the tail. So copy from the examples, and then I'll see you over on the next page. Moving on to the final page, we're basically copying from examples again. We're doing the same process, except the last Like the examples at the bottom only have 2 stages, so I don't have an overly simplified stage, but the examples over at the top side will have 3 stages, while the last, like the bottom 2 or bottom 4 I guess, will have 2 stages. So come from the examples. This is all the stuff that we've been learning. It's kind of the same steps over and over again, except it changes depending on the pose. So you can see like this lying down fox, the arms are kind of on the front and the tail comes front. You just have to pay attention, like very close attention, pay close attention to the basic shapes of each of these. So that's kind of what we're learning here, is how we can use basic shapes to explain these steps. So if you learn the basic shapes, right, if you went through the beginner tutorials that are over on the website, if you finish those, then it'll be very easy to see, oh, I can use these shapes to construct something that's very complicated, but I need to start with the simple shapes so that it's easier to understand. And I think that's like the most important lesson to learn through drawing, is that as long as you start with simple shapes, it's much easier to digest how to draw these things. And it's not something that you will learn overnight, but hopefully this worksheet will help you practice these skills. So take your time with this, cut from the examples, and then once you're done this page, I would recommend that you maybe try to draw these from memory in your sketchbook if you really like drawing foxes, because I assume if you're watching this and you printed out this worksheet, then you probably enjoy foxes and you think that they're cute. So you might as well practice a little bit extra in your sketchbook just to get a handle on it. And what you could do too is look up references of foxes on Pinterest or wherever you like to look up images, and then try to simplify it down into a cartoon character, right? Like look at a pose that's like look at a photo of a fox and then simplify it down into these basic shapes and see how you can do that, because that's essentially what I did to make this tutorial. So now that you see the steps that I've done here, you could basically do that to any realistic fox. Just try to pick simple poses, don't try to do anything too complex off the bat, but as you practice you'll get more comfortable with it and it will become much easier. So hope that makes sense. I went on a little bit of a ramble, but I think if you made it this far, you understand what I'm talking about, and just breaking things down into the basic shapes and then adding more detail and more complexity as you go. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you're interested in more free tutorials, there's tons of beginner tutorials over on the website. And if you're interested in learning how to draw these cute characters that you're looking on the screen right now, woo, look at these cute characters. I have a beginner course on how to draw these cute characters where we go through the steps. So I've like drawing the head, coming up with a bunch of character designs, and once you go through the course, you'll be able to draw these. You'll be able to draw the different head designs, different faces. We'll also go through poses, we'll go through clothing, and then by the end, you'll be able to create your own characters. So if you're a beginner artist and you want to learn how to draw cute characters and have lots of fun, this is perfect for you. I designed this course for beginners to have as much fun as possible while learning how to draw. So if that interests you, that'll be linked in the description. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you liked this video and it was of value to you, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Whoa, bye.